A very good morning to our loyal viewers here on GHASA TV. The name still remains Kweku Kunedu. Today we're here inside Hartfield Studios, beauty and hair studios here inside Hartfield Mall. This is where we are. Come Wednesday happens to be the 1st of November 2023. The long-awaiting good news is finally here. That's when we start to enjoy the visa waiver whereby Ghanaians can visit South Africa. All they need to do is to pick up their passports, and South Africa can also do the same. Just pick up their passports. They need not obtain any visa, and then they can visit Ghana for 30 days. It's 90 days per annum. You can visit these countries for 30 days, go out and come in again. After the 90 days, you can then apply for a visa if you still want to visit these countries again. This is good news to all Ghanaians. This is good news to all South Africans, our brothers. Now I have a brother here who is a South African. I'll be talking to him, asking him, when he heard this news, how did he take it? Is he okay with the news? Is he excited? Whereby he can visit Ghana just by picking up his passport, get an air ticket, and voila, he finds himself in Accra, Ghana, or any part of Ghana. Good morning and welcome to GHASA TV, my brother.
Good morning, sir. I'm so excited to be here, and also good morning to your viewers and your listeners as well.
Thank you so much for being part of this interview. Like we did speak earlier on, South Africans are enjoying this visa waiver whereby they need not obtain any visa. They can visit Ghana. Likewise, Ghana will also do the same. When you heard this news, how do you feel?
Well, I think these are quite long-awaited news. I would like to believe that everybody is quite excited about this news. One, it means that we as a family will have an opportunity to come together to exchange skills, right? I would like to think that is something that should be happening, and seeing that this is actually coming through, it makes us excited. If you think of it from a perspective of me as a professional, it means that I can be able to render my skills in those countries, yes, and vice versa as well. If we have skills that are scarce in our country, our African brothers and sisters can also come through as well, and same with South Africans. I would like to believe so. Also, I think everybody's just waiting for this. It's more like a freedom, right? Knowing very well that if I visit the country, I can still be able to renew after my 90 days of stay. Those are quite, great news. Also, the investors as well, right? So this is going to attract so many investors, going to bring so many businesses in the country, and it's also going to bring a lot of tourists as well and boost our economy, and I think that's what we want as a nation in a Ghanaian country.
Exactly, we all Africans, we all want. Now tell me, there is this notion out there that why should this visa waiver, this visa free, be issued to only Ghana and South Africa? Why not all the other African countries should have this visa waiver whereby you can pick up your passport and then you can visit any other African country of your choice? This notion, do you go with it?
Well, for now, yes, I would say yes, because remember, it's a new thing. You wouldn't want to begin a project and not even knowing, what are some of the challenges that you're gonna find yourself in as a country. So I think it's a good direction which the Ghana, the leadership is taking, because it's sort of like you want to test, and if is this really working, then we can mature on that. But for now, to say South Africa, I would say okay, that makes sense, because South Africa, we all know, most of our brothers are in here, trying to look for jobs and trying to create better lives for themselves. So I think it is a good starting point, being able to allow, sort of cross visits. I would like that, and maybe as time advances, maybe we could see Ghana also expanding to other African countries. And I think it is quite a very thought-well move to not just open for all of African countries, but to say, okay, hold on, let's see how this is going to work. If we're going to fail, what are some of the lessons that we can learn in this process, right? And then from then, when we know that we're going to expand it to other African countries, it becomes quite easier, because we sort of have experience in terms of how we're going to go about that, and we also have we know what are the timelines and the resources that are required to achieve that desired goal.
Okay, so wrapping up our quick interview, tell me, on top of your head, can you think of any of the challenges, one or two? Do you think it has any challenges? Listening to you carefully, you mentioned about the good stuff that this visa waiver will bring to both countries. Obviously, there should be some challenges. On top of your head, can you think of just one challenge you think this might bring?
Well, regulatory compliance, which is number one, right? I mean, you can think of a viable situation where someone has been staying in your country for 90 days and now they don't come and renew their stay, or sort of a valid paper that will make them to stay in that country legally. Then how are you going to go about it and finding those people to bring them into the books? I think that is another way that the government will have to think carefully in terms of how we're going to regulate that type of a situation, and also tightening our measures, our securities in the country, and making sure that things are done legally and lawfully. And I think that will be one of the challenges that I can think of as well. Crime, it's one of the things that I can also think of. I mean, how do we know that your visit in a country is very lawful, right? So it might actually open for good stuff, but at the same time, where there's a good thing, there's also another side of a bad stuff. So we must also be ready to put measures in place, controls that are going to be used to make sure that we mitigate those challenges when we are faced with.
Thank you so much. And I was speaking to?
You're speaking to Chris Rapetswa.
And what do you do?
I'm an attorney. I'm a data privacy specialist. I work for one of international company, and so part of what I do is it's literally regulatory. It's law. So and yeah.
You talking, I know.
Yeah. No, thank you so much. Yeah.
And thank you so much for speaking to GHASA TV viewers.
No problem. You're welcome, guys.
Thank you so much. This is GHASA TV.